Okay, first time we've ever reviewed a beer from Italy. Yes, this is a Belgian Pale Ale from Moscufo, Italy. It's Biere de abbaye, Lacu. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Probably not. Biere de abbaye, Lacu. That's what I'm going to say. It's 6.3% ABV, Belgian Pale Ale. 85 on Beer Advocate, which is good. 77 on Rate Beer, which is, not too bad either. And I'll tell you what, I got this bottle, this bomber, 9.4 ounce bomber for $3.99. I live in central Pennsylvania, and most of the places where you can buy bombers of Belgian stuff, the prices are exorbitant. It's out of this world, skyrocketing high. The highest prices I've ever seen for a particular style of beer are here in central PA. Out in Philly, they're a little less. I'm sure elsewhere around the country they're less too, but for some reason this was $3.99 where I am. So I'm thinking if I got this like around Philly or some of the other cheaper areas, if it would be even less. I mean, because this is really not that much. And I thought, well, maybe it's just not really that great of a beer. I don't know, but look, according to Beer Advocate, it's pretty decent. It's not, going to set the world on fire, but according to, both websites, decent ratings. So, labeled and corked by hand, and they call it the Holy Grail of beer. Now, what I did was I took the cork off before I filmed this, because based on past reviews, when it was really hard to get the cork off and time-consuming, I learned my lesson. There is a blurb here on the back saying, Lacu, beer of the Abbey, boasts an ancient heritage dating to the days when friars brewed this fine blonde beer from secret recipes they guarded for centuries. Today, Belgian brewers use the same recipes to produce Lacu, an exquisite beer made from the finest ingredients, spring water, barley, malt, hops, coriander, and orange peel. Lacu is labeled and corked by hand in order to preserve its superior quality. Uncork the elegant Lacu bottle, and you'll hear the effervescence releasing its subtle and original flavors. The refined taste of Lacu evokes memories of the world's earliest brewers and their distinctive style. Enjoy Lacu, the holy grail of beer. So there you have it. A nice little blurb. I went on the website. They have a pub there, brewery, whatever the heck they call it, out in Italy. Looks pretty cool. Looks pretty ancient, that kind of thing. So we're going to pour it into this tulip glass, I believe, right now, and we'll see what we uncover here for Lacu, beer of the Abbey. Very kind of light pour, citrusy looking pour, orange, cloudy, almost wit beer looking kind of pour with a nice head to it. It's got about a finger and a half, I would say, of head. Not a bad-looking Belgian Pale Ale at all. The aroma. Very faint hint of the coriander and of the orange peel. Not very potent, but it's there. A little bit of a subtle smell to the beer, which I have no problem with. So let's get the taste now of Biere de abbaye, Lacu. Effervescent, carbonated. It kind of tastes like a light Belgian Pale Ale. It's definitely not the heaviest tasting beer in the world, which is interesting. It's 6.3%, which isn't a high ABV by any stretch of the imagination, but it also is not a low ABV, and it tastes very, very light. I kind of like the airiness of this. Very subtle. Not the potency of a lot of the Belgian Pale Ales. Not really getting just a real citrusy kind of taste to it. I think it's a decent beer. I really like it. And for the price, my gosh, you can't go wrong with it. Especially if you're a fan of the Belgians. Decent beer. If you want to kind of look fancy and you want to impress, or you don't really care who you impress, or maybe let me think about that a second. If you are on a shoestring budget, or even maybe you're hosting some people that you don't really particularly want to spend top dollar for. I know, as awful as it sounds, but you want them to be impressed. This is the beer, $3.99. Unless they know beer, then you're outed pretty much. But I'm going to go ahead and give Biere de Abbaye Lacu a 7 out of 10. For what it is, it's a good beer. It's not going to set the world on fire, just like Beer Advocate and Rate Beer is going to tell you. But it's almost like I don't want to say a sessionable Belgian Pale Ale. It's kind of weird to say, but it's a good beer that I could buy a few bottles of it and just store it around and then just drink when I want to and not feel guilty about taking a bottle of this out. It's $3.99. That's all. So 7 out of 10 for Biere de Abbaye Lacu. Thanks.